All right, today we remain under the influence of this little weak area of low pressure off of Baja, California, pumping in a very mild air mass. Temperatures well above average out there once again today. Plenty of cloud cover, few light sprinkles across the region. This little weak, little low pressure tracks across northern Mexico tomorrow. As it does, we'll see more breaks in the clouds. We're still looking for some partly cloudy skies over the coming weekend, but not quite of the extent that we have seen the last couple days. Mild temperatures, not a lot going on over the coming weekend. All right, this is the next storm system impact us in not the way we were hoping for. Earlier in the week, we were hoping that this was maybe going to be our first significant winter storm of the year come next week, but now it's just looking like a big, cold and windy blast for us. And you may ask yourself, how does that happen? How are we getting all excited for winter snow and now there is no storm? Well, it was about a week out when we were hoping that it was going to develop into a big storm for the Southwest. And, you know, these atmospheric models trying to prove what the atmosphere is going to do with a bunch of math and physics hundreds of hours out into the future obviously is not a foolproof science. So as the week had progressed here, the hopes for a winter storm next week gradually went away. And now it just looks like this storm system is going to be a quick mover through the Rocky Mountains and just going to bring us a shot of cold air as we get into next week. Expect some increasing wind with this storm system as we get into Sunday, and then windy and cold next week. Tomorrow's temperatures across the nation, very mild. We have the 70s and 80s across the lower tiers, the 60s and the 50s across much of the nation, with the 40s only in the very northern latitudes and into the high mountain states. But watch what happens here. If I just fast forward this map all the way till about mid next week time frame, and that's all that storm system that I talked about. It's going to bring us the cold air. Much of the nation cooped up in high temperatures in the teens and 20s. But notice out west here, Arizona's still mild, but you know what happens for us here in Arizona when the Intermountains start getting really cold air and we get that northerly wind? Well, that's what we're going to be under here for much of the first half of next week. Some of the coldest kind of high temperatures we've had in some time, particularly when coupled with the wind out there. But that's next week. Let's talk about tonight. Partly cloudy and on the mild side for this time of year at 29 degrees. Tomorrow, another day very similar, at least temperature-wise, to what we saw today, 56 degrees for our Saturday afternoon high temperature. Statewide, a pleasant day across the area. 69 Sedona tomorrow, Prescott 66, Payson 67, Winslow 67. If you're headed down to Phoenix, forecasting 80 degrees for Saturday down there. All right, pretty pleasant through the weekend. We start to cool things off a little Sunday. The breeze starts to pick up. Wind continues to increase into much next week. And look at those high temperatures under perfectly sunny skies, but we're struggling to hit the 40-degree mark here right around Tuesday and Wednesday with pretty strong wind, and wind chills will be pretty downright chilly out there next week. All right, well, enjoy the pleasant weather out there this weekend. Stick around. More NAZ Today coming up.